Stretch Armstrong is now in your world.
Okay, that's not how I wanted to start the show, but that's cool to know. We are here. We are back. Of course, you see, we got Kuda Buggin back because I was by myself and shit, all lonely and shit, discussing the fucking Black Grammys or whatever.
I'm about 5 shots in, man.
Yeah, he drunk as hell right now on the low. But as promised, I do have a special guest. Somebody I went to high school with, and so glad that he was able to come through because I've been wanting his ass to get on here forever. Like, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
What's up, everybody? I don't even know how to introduce myself. My name don't need to be explained. You feel me? Nah, I'm just kidding. My name is John. I'm a fellow music enthusiast. That's what I call myself. You know what I'm saying? Harold, my man DNA been trying to get me over here for a minute to just talk shit. You feel me? It's about time that we sparred. You feel me? So, this. I'm glad to be here. I'm blessed to be here. My birthday was yesterday, so I'm blessed.
Happy birthday!
All right, not too much turn up. But,
damn, that was a short
Hey. This is a podcast. We got a whole hour. We got to talk music. We celebrating music, too, 2018.
Yeah.
Feel me? So let's talk about, first I want to get into the 21 Savage album.
Okay.
I know everybody here didn't listen to the full album, but they got about halfway at least, and that's all we really need to talk about. We don't got to dive completely in the fucking cold verse. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
I was telling you before we started, like, a few days ago, I was discussing, my top 5 feature verses for Cole, because he basically like the undisputed king of features this year, if you ask me. But
yeah, absolutely.
I pretty much had my list set in stone until this last night when I heard, what's the song called? A Lot? Yeah. When I heard that and I heard this verse, I was just like, well, you know what? All right, maybe this might go on that list. I don't know. I mean, because people was telling me don't go too premature because he got another verse coming. And I'm like, you know what?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But it's fire, though. I can't say it's not. It's definitely one of the better verses he spit this year outside of his own album.
Right, so, exactly. It's like, it was very Jay-Z-esque, I guess you could say. Not too much Jay-Z-esque, I guess you could say, but it's a little sprinkle of it. But it's still cold because of towards the end. So I really appreciated that. I needed that to wrap up the year. We are wrapping this year up. This is no more we ain't coming back to you next week, the week after, because news area and music is really slow around this time and shit, holidays, and I want to be with my family, not with you motherfuckers all every single week. Not even on Christmas. Sorry, I can't do it. I'm probably not gonna be drunk. I'm probably gonna be watching basketball, obviously.
I'll be drunk all weekend.
But back to what we were saying. This is like the best Cole verse this year to me, at least. I think that was purposely. I think he purposely did that the week before, and I think this whole thing was marketing. I think this whole thing was promoted like this because 21, he gonna say, "Oh, I forgot to put my album out. Oops, y'all." This whole thing was promotion. It was very well played though. Because 21, 21st, 12 backwards, 21, shit, it's just well played. I see right through that shit. So I hope everybody got their phone on vibrate. But
I was on Instagram, my bad.
Like I was saying, this is very well played and great marketing. He's on Epic, by the way, if y'all didn't know. 21 Savage is on Epic. And who else is on Epic?
I don't think it really matters now, but
right now it don't matter.
That's a good mixtape title. I just
but no, I haven't.
money.
I haven't dived too much into 21's album because I was so wrapped up in celebrating my birthday. But and the fact that I was tired of shit, I was ripping and running. But as far as what I've heard so far, it's solid. You know what I'm saying? It's very different. It's very different from anything he's ever dropped. As far as production wise, rapping wise, he's still talking the same old shit. Obviously,
right, exactly.
But he's definitely got better as a rapper.
Yeah.
For real. You know,
Most
and that's really saying something because, you know, production wise, because his whole last joint was, you know, mostly produced by Metro. So it's like, how can you get much better than that? But
that's an important thing with being a rapper, is to get better.
Mm-hmm.
That means you studying your craft. You ain't just bullshitting.
Exactly.
Like, it's a lot of people doing that. I ain't gonna name no names.
I feel like that was shit.
I ain't gonna. I'm gonna speak on. Cole is gonna get mentioned a lot because he's been in this year a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna speak to test on one thing because Cole have talked to. I am gonna mention one name because that you probably scared to mention, but Lil Pump. Cole talked to Lil Pump. The interview is out there. So where the fuck is Lil Pump at?
Right.
Where the fuck is he at?
Sure.
Can somebody find him? No, but we really don't want to hear another Gucci Gang anyway. So I appreciate 21 Savage for, you know, doing what he did because but Atlanta already is killing 90% of his music shit.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because we got Jid. Like, damn. Anywho, but we're going to get into that because I think I got him as one of my verses of the year. I'm not sure. But, yeah, this 21 Savage album was definitely dope. I felt like I need to go see who the fuck executive produced this shit too. Because, yeah, great fucking job. Like, if for Beats, basically 21 Savage, the executive producer, everybody who was involved with this project, great fucking job because this shit was phenomenal on production side. And 21 Savage, the last song I felt like could really be high replay value. I don't know if that's gonna be the next single or not, but probably not though, because it's like kind of gang affiliated, sort of a little bit. But yeah, I guess
I like that gangbang shit, so go ahead and do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. But it's probably not. They probably gonna go with that Post Malone one or
Ooh, that song was annoying as fuck.
Oh they gonna go with the Gunna and Baby one, which
one you
I'm
talking
not
about?
mad at because that flute, Wheezy. Oh my god, that flute, man. It's like it sounded sort of like the Mask Off flute, but not completely. Like it was just like
Great song, by the way.
yeah.
So,
But I guess we can move on from 21 Savage, and we can address the big ass elephant in the room. Gucci talking about he the king of rap, and that's just not no.
man, you know good and damn well that's not what he said.
What did he say then?
What he said was, if you got to come up with a better name for Eminem because he's not the king of rap, because you don't hear nobody running up and down the street listening to no M.
Okay.
That right there, when I read the interview, was the only point that nigga had in that entire interview. Because
Okay.
number one, Gucci, I'm a big fan of yours. No bullshit. But you can't say that you a better rapper than M. You could say you got more replay value than him, maybe,
Right.
but you not better than him. So don't
Make
think to
better
come from him.
turn-ups
You know what I'm
on.
saying? You
You
Yeah,
make better
better-
music. You know
because
what I mean?
people, as we probably all know at this table, people don't just listen to lyrical rap, and a lot of people don't listen to lyrical rap. They listen to shit that they can dance to, that they can turn up to, that they can listen in their car to.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, Gucci got Eminem on all that shit, but you can't deny the impact that M has had. He's definitely probably top 5, top 10 MCs of all time.
just
you know, so.
just off lyrical value and
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
putting the words together.
Because rapping ain't
You know
just
what I
about
mean?
making songs, it's about rapping, nigga. And Eminem can rap circles around a lot of niggas.
Yeah. I feel that.
It's
He
only a
also
few that can
big
keep
as-
up with Eminem lyrically,
Yeah, it's only very few.
and he's friends with the both of them. So.
Right, so you're right. But yeah, he did on the line say that he's the king, and I just want to say he's one of the kings of trap music, though. I give him that.
Uh-huh.
It's him, T.I., and Jeezy. It's like it's no way in hell that you like kicking them out of here. Like for real. Like damn near everybody from
90s babies, man. Y'all know.
Yeah, that's something else that came up. You know, who was the originator of trap music? And I said, you know, and I stick to my opinion to this day. T.I.'s the nigga who originated it. Gucci probably fuck around and perfected it. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
you know?
pretty much.
Jeezy is the one that put me on.
Jeezy perfected the drug talk.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Jeezy perfected drug talk. I mean, niggas been talking about drugs since
Project
90s,
Pat.
you know, and probably before that, you know what I'm saying?
Master P in them.
Yeah,
Right,
so,
exactly.
you know, but Jeezy, you know, perfected down south drug talk. You know what I'm saying? That's why so many people fuck with him, because they was
But
in
you
that
know,
lifestyle.
P did a good job of all them No Limit. P, Silk the Shock. I know people hate Silk the Shock
Because he
didn't
can't
really,
rap.
He wasn't really on beat, but
Right.
but they gave you the pros and cons of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, they just really give you the pros of it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't tell you about how they give you how you would sit in jails for years.
Some people do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Depending on who you listen to.
By the way, I'm tagging everybody. You know, I know.
Should have been did that.
I know, right? But yeah, like we were saying though. Yeah, I don't like when people try and get headlines to sell they fucking weak ass album and shit. Cause like that wasn't weak. His album wasn't weak.
To be honest with you, I ain't listened to all of it.
Oh,
So,
okay. Well,
yeah.
if it wasn't even enjoyable enough to listen to the whole damn album,
That's not even
that
that.
shit
Talking
was
about
weak.
Gucci, right?
Yeah, we talking about Gucci.
Gucci.
His album, I ain't gonna say is weak because he could rap. So
Yeah,
I
he
give
can
him
rap.
a got
All
him.
right.
It just wasn't
It's
what I
not his.
expected.
It's not his most clean cut album. It's probably his most
It's-
well produced
Yeah.
album. I would
That's-
say that for sure.
Okay, that's the word I was looking for. That's
This
the
is his
problem.
most well produced album.
That's the problem
for sure.
that I have.
Like the beats and
Yeah.
the way that his vocals hit the track is great. But you know,
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
the problem that I have with it.
All right.
Yeah, I've been searching for that explanation
mhm.
for a couple weeks.
Gucci, you know, Gucci's whole reemergence since he got out of jail has really just been about keeping himself out there. Like, we already respect you as a rapper, dog. You ain't got to constantly put a project out every year no more. You know, this
Right,
ain't
for
like,
real.
you know.
Just give us one mixtape, 2 mixtapes, maybe.
But
Yeah,
the
take
surprising thing is that this is the only thing he's dropped all year.
Yeah,
So it's like,
yeah, it was.
I don't know.
no, it is.
Yeah, it's
You know,
the
he
first.
been focusing
yeah.
on, you know, his life and shit.
It's the
Oh,
first
okay,
break
okay.
he ever took, really.
Oh yeah.
So that's why, you know, that statement is kind of invalid, but yet, you know, Gucci is so out there that, you know,
Yeah, it's
when
hard.
you come
to,
with 3 albums in a year, you know, it's like, alright, like, I love you, but I'm tired of you. Like, shut
right,
up for a
on
little
the
while.
real, on the real. Yeah, that's some shit I done did. Yo. No, but on some serious shit though, I'm tired of the Eminem disrespect though. Like, cause come on, man, like, is y'all not gonna like some of the people? You know, they talking reckless as hell
it's
on that
kinda
damn
like-
page. Like, bro, I've never seen.
You talking about the hip hop headquarter
Yeah.
bullshit?
Yeah, they
People
be-
kind of feel that Eminem is out of touch, so they feel it's safe to, you know what I mean, mention his name a
Man,
couple
they-
times. They
They,
feel it's safe.
they act like he ain't never put out no classic or something.
But like lyrically, like a actual lyrical battle, don't nobody really want them type of troubles.
Nah.
They ain't gonna admit it, but they don't.
yeah, man. But the people who love hip hop as much as I do, we do, everybody at this table and shit, like they
Shit
know
is.
who the fucking
Shit is like a rap battle with Eminem. Like you got to go through his soldiers first. Motherfuckers can't even get through Royce the 5'9", so you got to get through him to get to him.
Yes.
You can't even. You definitely ain't gonna get through Royce.
So yeah, that shit ain't gonna happen. But I guess we can move on.
I just want you to see this disrespectful shit real quick. Hey
we
man,
can,
I doubt he listening, but if I ever see that man, I'm gonna have to put his ass in the chokehold real quick.
But
right.
Emma a legend though. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Legacy is solidified, no matter what he do.
What-
I think
okay.
that honestly, before we get into the other shit, I just want to put this out there. Everything that he's gone through as far as scrutiny in the media this year is really his fault because
Oh yeah, absolutely.
he he shouldn't have never dropped Revival the way that it was, the way he presented it. When you listen to it, it's like, dude, like, what is this? Like, this ain't even you no more. This is, I don't know, if you trying to do something different, it's not working. That's why he dropped Kamikaze, because he knew, like, man, all right, I'll admit that album was bullshit, so I'm gonna give y'all this shit, which is better. And it's definitely the better of the two.
He'd be the first to tell you when this shit is bullshit. Going off his history.
Right, exactly. So I think we should tackle top verses of the year, 5 verses of the year. So this is all of our top 5 verses of the year. I guess we can go around the table and
you can start, sir.
Do number. Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm definitely gonna start. I'm gonna do. We can all go from number 5 to up to 1, and I think 9 out of 10 of us is gonna have the same number 1 verse. Probably. I don't know. But we're all gonna have that 2 to 5.
That verse so obvious. I ain't even write it down.
Oh, well, so yeah, 2 to 5 though. I don't think we're gonna all have the same thing.
Probably.
So, I have Denzel Curry, Clout Cobain as the first verse though. The first verse of Clout Cobain. If anybody know, I love fucking lyrics, and I love like seeing videos. And the way, he explained, the way he gestured it, like it just made me feel that shit. Like it was different, but then again, it was also crafted very well because most people is scared to do shit like that. Like he dressed up like a fucking clown, whole video in black and white. And describing basically, what happens in the music industry.
It's a deep meaning to it.
Right, exactly.
Deeper meaning to what even DNA talking about.
Right,
we ain't got time to go through that.
Oh, yeah, we got time. We got time. We got an hour. We only on 17 minutes right now.
I don't know, bro. We might run a little bit over. I'm fucking out with you.
That's the meaning of that is deep. Like we be all day with that shit.
Yeah. You know what? If you want to go into that detail, get your ass a Genius account.
Right. Yeah, get your ass a Genius account, man. Go look for Clout Cobain first verse, and first verses to me are everything anyway. It sets the tone for the rest of the song, and that's what the fuck it did.
First and third, if you have a third verse.
Right. Oh yeah. Rest in peace to the third verse. That shit been killed. I don't know how long that. Years now. Like nobody does a third verse anymore.
Some people do.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like only certain rappers though. It's not too many of them.
The rappers you care about.
Yeah. Facts. That's facts. Big facts. All right, you can go ahead on your number 5.
We just doing number 5.
Yeah, just number 5.
ASAP Rocky verse on the ASAP Forever.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, I like that one too, man. Yeah, that's not on my list, but I like that shit.
Yeah. That was dope.
It's because the flow reminded me of when I first listened to ASAP back in 2011.
Right. Hell yeah.
It took me back to them times.
Absolutely.
For me, that verse was like, I mean, when I hadn't heard ASAP Forever before the album dropped. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But when I heard the remix version that's on the album, and I hear the way he wrote the beat, first of all, the beat is cold, first and foremost.
Right.
So when I hear he hit the beat, I'm like, all right.
He kills them type.
Yeah.
You could tell the Bone Thugs influence with him.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like,
all through that
he the only one really that
pay homage.
Yeah,
like pays homage with them.
Bone don't get enough love as they supposed to.
That's something I want to mention to y'all a little later on in the show. I know you know what I'm talking about too.
Oh yeah. We gonna get into that too. There's a lot of fuck shit going on. We gotta cover the good and bad. Go ahead with your 5th verse.
All right, my 5th verse is actually something that I think is a big part of one of the most stupid but most important beats of this year. Okay. That would be Drake's verse on March 14th. Which is the last song on his album.
I don't even remember that verse.
Shit. Yeah, man.
We're gonna have to go to that.
Yeah, man. I think Drake that was really just Drake's growing up moment, you know, because of everything that he been through this year, as far as like with his son just getting exposed to the world and everything.
Okay.
That was really just his chance to say his piece
You know what I mean?
on his son, you know. And I think I could feel, you know, he was being real with what he was saying. You know, I may not have went about this shit the way that I should have went about it, but I'm manning up and I'm taking care of my shit. You know what I'm saying? And I could respect that out of a nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Especially a nigga who has rapped about not being, you know, bitches, babies, fathers before. You know, motherfuckers. I mean, he been in the tabloids having multiple bitches come out saying, you know, he the father of their child, and just like, bitch, are you serious?
These days, you gotta be careful, man.
Mm-hmm.
I know motherfuckers
Okay.
hate rebels,
But that was really
put
just
them
Drake.
motherfuckers on, man.
That for me was really just
I'm
Drake
guessing it
growing up.
starts. I still had to get it from my boy though. You know, you haven't met your grandfather yet. That nigga Trip. He probably could have did stand up. Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the same time, he's a stand up. Yeah. Okay. I told her, baby. Okay.
Fam got a
Yeah.
got a lot of issues, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he beats I love it when he gets deep.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I got a
shit
lot
like
of
The
parent
Ride.
issues too, so I can relate.
You know, at this point in his career, you know, what hasn't he talked about
Right,
in his
yeah.
personal life? You know, that's one thing that a lot of people relate to him, and that's what's made him so popular, is the fact that everything he talks about you can relate to in some way, shape, or form. Even as he's gotten more famous and more popular, there's certain shit that you just will always go through, and he highlights that.
He don't mind getting personal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's something that
That's another reason why a lot of people don't like him, though.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So,
as an artist, I kind of fight it too.
mm-hmm.
Getting
Too personal,
Yeah.
because then you don't want niggas coming at the woodwork talking shit about how you being too sensitive right now.
That's the thing about the political James persona. That's why it's gone. It's too personal. People telling me to chill out a little bit.
I like how he really like studying this verse right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm trying to go to my fourth one because I want y'all to understand why I picked this as the fourth.
No, that's all right.
Okay, so my fourth one is the second verse on Just the Other Day by Jid.
Okay.
Like, it was only like a particular line that it was like, sucker suffering succotash. I need that Mark Zuckerberg. I'm like, what?
Okay,
Like,
see?
what? What? I didn't understand that at first. I was like,
Kind of a
what?
nerd, so you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When shit like that
Like, that's a
don't
tongue
really
twister
work,
almost.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the normal person, but I'm
Right.
kind of a nerd.
Yeah, that shit that was like sort of like a tongue twister, and I was just like, this shit is cold. This shit is cold. This nigga is too cold. And I'm just like how
his flow is so advanced, man.
yeah,
One
for
thing
real.
about Jid.
And he's like 2021, whatever. And I'm just like, damn.
How old is who?
Jid. He
Jid
like
is
20
27.
He ain't no 27.
Nigga, yes he is.
Swear to God.
Put that on
Let
everything I
me
love.
see.
It
Hold
makes
on.
sense though.
Hold on.
The maturity in his lyrics, it makes sense. So when
Actually, you know, I lied. He's 28. My bad.
He ain't no damn.
All right, look. I'm gonna show you right now.
Yeah, you got.
It makes sense,
bro. I don't believe it. Damn.
it makes
Oh
sense,
shit.
bro.
I'm tweaking.
It makes sense, bro.
But hey.
The
hey,
maturity in his lyrics,
Yeah,
it makes sense.
yeah.
Ain't nobody 19, 20 really
Yeah.
thinking like that.
You know, the youngest,
Hey,
the
whoa,
youngest,
whoa.
the youngest
Illmatic Nas, nigga.
Yeah,
Wait
Nas
a minute.
was only 19.
Nas is a special being.
But you know, like most of the niggas on Dreamville is all grown. I think the youngest nigga on that label is Kaz. I think, cause he about our age. So
Okay, yeah,
You gotta
okay.
besides Nas, the young. I mean, who else?
Prodigy
shit.
from Mobb Deep.
You're right.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Young ones, not too many.
Earl Sweatshirt,
Okay.
possibly.
Underrated.
Yeah,
Underrated as hell.
Underrated.
Yeah, his album was dope, by the way.
Kind of
you
better
know.
than Tyler. That's just my
Yeah,
opinion.
I mean,
he is better than
Tyler had it at that age too.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
but it's like
I think, because people, just to get off subject a little bit, I know Tyler, had that whole shock value thing going for him, but if you really listen to the way he was structuring his verses, that nigga cold.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right, hell yeah.
You gotta be a certain type of, no disrespect to anybody. Gotta be a certain type of smart, though. to get certain people.
No, but I feel that G verse, though, that shit was dope.
Your fourth one.
Eminem, The Ringer. I know that was one long verse, so I went from 2 minutes and 30 seconds to 4 minutes.
I don't even know what the fuck.
When he mentioned how the ex fan told him to listen to his old shit.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Now we can.
Last week, let me don't mean to spend it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. First of all, let me say that his ability to still have that type of breath control at that age, I'm still kind of amazed at that.
That part of the song will pretty much do the whole song, like how he stole all these young niggas' flows and put some actual lyricism to it.
That was I think a big thing with that album in general because I think y'all know what song I'm referring to where he took somebody else's beat, basically, and
then just completely flipped it and parodied it and made it sound
the chorus of that
Eminem, Eminem way.
The chorus of that song,
I think that was his whole point. But that's been something that's been a big thing about this shit. Also, is just like the old school trying to embrace the new school in their own weird ass way.
I mean, but like I said, where the fuck is Lil Pump? Because hello, like what a fuck is Lil Pump? All right, so I mean, hey, you can't be mad.
Ain't go put Lil Pump out the window completely.
Me neither, bro.
He might come out with some shit that.
The only person I put out the window is 6ix9ine because that nigga in a very, very, very heated federal case. So
I won't wish jail on nobody, but
hey man,
it's looking like it might be over with.
Free Bobby Shmurda.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
2020.
We need that.
I'm gonna be waiting on Bobby 2020.
All right, so my fourth verse is Kendrick Lamar on Mona Lisa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. Wayne and Kendrick are some of the best. Well, I mean, Wayne is probably the most metaphorical rapper to ever grace a mic.
Right. Absolutely.
And Kendrick is an amazing storyteller.
Absolutely.
Like, that's something that's very underrated in his rapping ability is his storytelling. So when, Wayne come up with this topic about, what the song is about, and Kendrick takes the perspective of the bitch.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I wasn't expecting that. And even if that verse is as old as it is, because that verse definitely sounds like around To Pimp a Butterfly sessions.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, just the way that he took control of that and, gave us a perspective that you wouldn't think he would take. Yeah. That's like, all right, yeah, well, nigga, we know you cold, but you just prove you cold even more with an old-ass verse. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like... With storytelling... It is coming back in hip hop. I must say.
Definitely. I think not to cut you off, but who had a big part of that? One of the big parts of that is Dave East with that song Keisha. That shit was amazing.
Yeah, that's...
the
30 niggas.
Yeah, that shit was amazing too. But even though I think that was last year, or was it this year?
That was a couple years ago.
Okay, yeah.
That was on the.
But the P2 on that, even on that, he did. I found Keisha, and he explained her, getting shot and killed and everything.
You know what I mean? Shit that people go through in life every day.
Yeah.
No matter what city or state you from, it's a hood. You're going through that shit.
Just to
be able to, you know what I mean?
Kendrick was kind of quiet this year, but
kind of quiet.
Yeah, kind of like it was quiet, but
it wasn't quiet.
That Black
Pulitzer, nigga.
Man.
Fuck you, mean Pulitzer? Black Panther soundtrack too, nigga. Fuck you talking about?
Great movie, great soundtrack.
Right? Yeah,
it's nominated for Grammys for a reason.
Right? So definitely a dope ass year for Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
Without him really doing much.
Hey, look, when you can accomplish the most without doing the littlest, like you already good. Like,
Yeah.
you sit back and go sip a.
And his
sip a-
acting performance on Power was worth mentioning.
Oh yeah. That shit was funny as hell.
What's up?
That
What's
shit-
up? My nigga, my nigga, my nigga, my nigga.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
that
definitely
shit
been
was
around
funny
some
as
crackheads in your day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Got that shit down locked. All right. This was kind of. I don't think people gonna get confused by this, but second verse on Trauma, Meek Mill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Meek
that
Mill.
shit, man. Even when he
I
like,
think
don't know-
everybody got a Meek Mill verse.
Yeah.
I don't, but I could give you one if I had to, just
Yeah,
off
like-
that album in particular.
That shit was so fucking cold.
Meek.
He even when he like broke it down. You don't got Tidal, do you? Got Apple Music?
No, I have a music.
But on Tidal on the interview, he said he broke it down and shit in the interview with Elliot Wilson on Tidal, and that shit I was just like, damn, made me want to listen to that shit again and again and again. And he just recently put out the video, and I haven't had a chance to look
I
at it
haven't
yet.
saw it either.
But I'm gonna definitely look at it after this.
We definitely got to
Yeah.
talk about a couple music.
Yeah,
videos while we
yeah.
sitting here.
You know you a hip hop head, like, cause that video, my mama was looking at it last night, and I ain't even get to it, so she was looking at it before me.
Damn.
So when you get moms to listen to Meek before you, know
Yeah,
what I mean?
man, that's
Damn.
an accomplishment right there. I gotta
Yeah,
give you
man.
that for that. Man. You know what
This-
I'm saying? Let me just say something about Meek real quick. I ain't gonna lie. When a couple years ago, when him and Drake got into it, right?
Right.
So I was one of like a real big Meek fan. Like I personally am a believer that Wale is a better rapper than he is, but that's just
Okay.
me.
Arguably, but I don't have no good defense for it.
No, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, because that's just an argument I just let sit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I just want to say, like, I ain't gonna lie. When him and Drake got into it, because I'm not as big a Drake fan as I used to be.
Right.
But at that point, it was just like, you know, like you really gonna get into it with that nigga? Like,
Right.
why?
Yeah. Like.
So it didn't necessarily make me stop listening to him, but it made me stop listening to him less.
Right,
you know,
right,
and then when he
right.
came out with that lackluster ass diss, that pissed me off. Because
Right,
I was
right.
running around work talking shit about how
Yeah,
dare
like,
he
yeah,
had the
man.
audacity to drop this
Yeah.
shit after talking so much shit, like his shit was just gonna kill that nigga. But I will say, this album, because I wasn't necessarily a fan of Meek's last album, but this album made me back to what I used to be. That made me back fall in love with the Meek that I heard
Yeah.
on Dream Chasers, and the Meek that I used to watch battle rap, and the Meek that
The
that
homie.
dropped the verse on Pandemonium that turned me into a fan of
yeah.
his.
The homie.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Exactly. But yeah, second verse on Trauma, Meek Mill, that shit was so fucking hard. I don't know. I just don't know. I can't say no more than that.
Mhm.
I'd say go listen to that shit if you haven't already. But
If you haven't, you crazy.
listeners, you
Trauma
know,
definitely one of the best songs on that album.
Right,
period.
right. And
Championships
it's only
came
the,
out late, but that
It ain't come out too
is
late.
one of the
Right.
best albums of the year.
Yeah.
It ain't come out too late. It's on my list, just so y'all know.
yeah, it's definitely on mine too. Go ahead with your number 3.
We just got done talking about Meek, but look, Meek Mill verse on T.I. Hefe.
Yeah, okay.
damn,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was listening to that.
He killed the
other day.
legend on his own song.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. That shit was. I felt like on some real shit that came out of nowhere,
Mhm.
but it was necessary.
That's how
I
you knew
felt like
Championships was on the way.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that shit was. It came out of nowhere, but necessary, and I felt like that's why. I think that's why T.I. let him go first on that. So you know that was well
And
needed.
you know, when you do a feature with somebody, that should be your goal.
Yeah,
To kill that motherfucker.
Mhm.
yeah,
That'd be my goal every rip.
Shout out
yeah.
to
On the real.
shout out to the Control verse.
Yeah. Oh my god. Here we go. I don't want to talk about that, but
Especially when there's multiple people on it.
yeah, that
Your goal is to kill
A lot
all
of
them.
people, you know.
You know what I mean?
Uh,
Rapping is a sport.
so,
Go ahead with your third.
my third verse is actually 2 verses
Oh, you
from the
wanna
same
cheat
artist.
and shit.
No, I'm not
Oh.
cheating, cause it was just you know, like I couldn't decide between either or, so I had to pick both.
Okay.
That would be Cole's feature on Pablo Boat. and his verse on Kevin's Heart.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Like, first of all,
wait, which verse?
he only had one verse.
Yeah.
If you really listen to the song, he only had one verse.
Yeah, he only had one verse.
I think it's
I just
because
listened to that too.
that my explanation for why Kevin's Heart is on here. This year I jumped into a relationship,
Okay.
you know, and it's been my first relationship in the longest fucking time,
Uh,
and it really spoke to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And
right.
it spoke to me in the most random way. I was visiting relatives in Kentucky, and I'm on my way down there, and I'm listening to the whole KOD album on the way down there, and I'm just like thinking about it, and just thinking about my girl, and like things that I've been through already, and it resonates more. It's resonated with me more since the years gone on, and it's just like I ain't never cheated on my bitch, I ain't never wanted to, but he ain't lying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's
Fact.
not lying. That's something that every man has probably gone through in their life. And the fact that he put that shit on wax, like, y'all, like, females may not understand it, but at least they'll get some type of perspective on the whole situation about what a man goes through.
Yeah, it's
Because
very
temptation,
important.
you was at the Cole concert where he said Temptation was a bitch. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
It's definitely a big ass bitch.
It
Like,
is.
for real. Like,
It
big
is.
old fat old bitch, nigga. Bigger than that. I can't,
It is.
man.
and as far as Pablo Boat, if I really want to get into it, just real briefly,
Get into it.
it was his most. It was probably the first feature he dropped this year, I think.
And
First one.
But it was probably the most, not the smoothest, but it was like every guy could relate to the shit he was talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because he said we had no Pablo Boat, you know, because he grew up in Fayetteville. We don't have no Pablo Boat here in Chicago, but
Right.
we all got that thing that we used to like to do like so much that's not around no more. You know, and it's just like you reminisce about it. You know, being in the car, even just something so simple as like the first time you ever drove your mama car by yourself.
Man.
You know,
even if you snuck and did it.
exactly.
Oh, real.
Yeah, I left for
You don't
death.
give a fuck what the bitch look like. That motherfucker have a bumper hanging off.
Yeah,
Nigga, I'm
man.
driving. Fuck that.
It was a black Nissan Versa they had.
Oh, okay.
I'm finna confess, so I might get in trouble. with
Yeah.
that.
My mama ain't finna hear
So
that, but
2007,
I mean, she already know what I
Black
did.
Versa they had.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dent on the back end of it. I did that.
Yeah, man. I used to.
I'm about to be
I
27 next year, so I might as well just admit my sins. You know what I mean?
Right.
I snuck and took my mama Chrysler to the gas station a couple times. You know, picked up a girl or two back in my teenage
And
years.
it's always a female.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Facts though. We down to the first two now.
All right.
Cole, My Boy verse.
All right.
My
Yeah.
boy.
That's
Yeah,
on my
my
honorable
boy,
mentions,
my boy.
low key.
Yeah. I couldn't put that as an honorable mention because I replayed it so many fucking times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many. And like Andy did the beat too, so it was like
Yeah.
it was hard for me to like say no. Like this can't be in top 2. Yes, the fuck it can. It's your list.
You know?
What the fuck you mean? But
Mm-hmm.
Cole been on the tear this year.
yeah,
His ass been on business, and this is coming from a guy who said a couple years ago that he would never do features again.
right,
So-
exactly. He talking all that shit. Talking about, oh, I'm done. I ain't
He
doing
done
no more
did features with niggas that wouldn't even be in the same lyrical caliber as him.
Right,
So,
exactly. Yo. Like, so-
Yeah.
like Moneybag.
yeah. Oh God.
That was out of nowhere.
That was out of nowhere. Like you would think
Absolutely
the
out of
shit with
nowhere.
21 is out of
You know what I
nowhere,
mean?
but Moneybag,
That
like
was out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That
Out
nigga
of fucking-
straight street. You hear me?
But yeah, he fucking floated over his own beat and shit. It was definitely a memorable verse.
mm-hmm.
There was one line in there that I was like totally confused about. 30 mil off the tour, even if the 30 million off the tour, if I'm expected to get, I guess, said something on the lines of that. And he said, I'm about to get the fuck all the way out the game. And I was just like, is you were saying, alluding to retirement? What is you getting
Well,
at?
we-
I'm gonna give you that. That's
Well, you know, not
that's
to cut you
Aquarius
off,
shit.
mm-hmm. But you know, Cole been threatening retirement since Jermaine's interlude on
Right,
Khaled
yeah,
Major
that's
Key
why I'm
album.
like, this
So,
the second
you
time
know,
he did this shit. So why in the fuck is he saying that shit again?
I think maybe he wants to retire, but then something like he gets inspired to just make more music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you see what happened with Jay-Z. Like you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah,
That nigga
yeah.
dropped the Black Album, and I was sitting there telling niggas last week,
years
like
later.
not even that. If you listen to the Black Album, he made that album with the intent to never rap again.
Right.
That's why it's so good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But then he's like, you know what? I'm just going back and jump in it. That's why Kingdom Come is as terrible as it is.
Yeah.
Even though it's not the, it's
It
better
had
than
it had a few cuts.
it's
on
better
it
than a lot of niggas' albums.
yeah.
But it's definitely his
compared
worst
to
project.
the standard that you hold Jay Z to. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Your number 2.
Nipsey Hussle third verse on Dedication.
Oh,
Right here.
Oh.
Right here. Right here. Right here.
Oh.
Right here. Right
Oh.
here. See, I could have put Kendrick verse on there, man, but I
Yeah.
didn't. That's an honorable mention, though.
Wait. Yeah. Ooh. Crushing my shit.
You know?
Crushing my shit. Like, hey, I can't be.
I mean,
mad.
what can you say about Nip, man?
Like,
Long
That hasn't
awaited-
already been said.
yeah, this
long awaited album. He finally dropped it, and it was, if you could say a perfect album, which is hard to do, but
A perfect album. That will go on my list for one of the albums.
Yeah.
Perfect albums this year. And Nip been in the game since like what 2004,
7,
5.
yeah.
You know what I'm
First
saying?
time in him was 2008.
Yeah, mine
He
too.
was in there longer than that though. But
Oh yeah, hell yeah, Nipsey is the GOAT.
And to have an album that comes out so early in the year and to still be talking about it at the
Yeah.
end, like that's how you know
and
you made
going
an
into
impact.
2019, I'm still go. You know what I mean?
That's how you know you made an impact.
For
You
real.
know,
He's
Something
man.
like a lot of projects don't really last over 2 weeks. Like that's I think that's why the market get flooded now.
of
It
course.
don't- yeah.
Ever
It's
since
like
streaming came into it,
Yeah.
And you know-
it don't have staying power. Like while they said
West
a lot of you
Coast-
niggas ain't
that's
got
one
no
of the best
staying-
songs. Of
West
the year,
Coast
if you ask me.
rappers,
Yeah.
they don't really got nobody to hold them down like that.
They do, but they don't.
They, you know.
West Coast rap is like it's so
got your-
underground, honestly, like because people hold trap music so high because it's the most popular form of hip hop music.
Right.
You don't listen to other shit because this is the genre that you so focused on. But there's so much dope shit coming out the West Coast,
And they been talking
You know?
that street shit.
and
Right.
that's what
Man,
that's what
man.
gangster rap originated. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I mean?
So
Exactly.
Ice-T.
Yeah.
6 in the morning, police at my door. You know what I mean?
NWA.
NWA.
Yeah.
That's what Boys in the Hood was inspired from.
Mhm.
Ice-T 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
Eazy-E rapped it, but Ice Cube wrote it.
You know,
Facts though.
look where Ice Cube at right now. Look at the shit he's done in his career.
And even he just dropped the album that was, you know what I
niggas,
mean?
like young nigga motherfuckers will never know that this nigga used to be like, you used to be scared of niggas like Ice
Yeah.
Cube, like you know what I mean. My second verse is actually threw me for a loop because I didn't even think I was gonna pick this verse. But after what happened to this particular artist, the verse spoke to me more.
Okay.
That would be Mac Miller's verse on Self Care.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
because
Mac Miller, man.
yeah, that was probably the most shocking death of 2018 for me
Out of
personally.
nowhere.
Not just because it was out of nowhere, but it's just like you knew he was drugging hard, but you didn't think that he died from that shit. I mean, you knew it happened eventually,
And
but
we losing,
not as soon.
we losing a lot of
Good artists.
genius artists
Mhm.
Yeah.
off drugs.
Especially,
It's hard. It's hard
Wow.
because
Rapper producer, like he was so fucking underrated. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
And all their deaths are questionable. Prince, questionable death. Michael Jackson, very questionable death. Whitney Houston, questionable,
Highly
but you
questionable.
kind of know.
But that verse really spoke to me, dog, because he seemed like that verse makes it seem like he's in like this great place. But there's still after he died, when you listen to it, it's almost like a hint of shit ain't really going as well as y'all think it is. I might be saying that shit, but
And
You
I
That kind
let
of goes back to my verse with Cloud Cobain, Denzel Curry. Like, yeah,
our generation is
they
like,
don't know what's real.
kind of junkies right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of junkies. Number one verse was Free Jay-Z. that's
too
expected.
obvious. That's why.
Man. Like it don't get nothing better than that verse. It don't get nothing better than that verse. And like we still talking about it. It came out like 3.5 weeks ago. Don't get nothing better than that verse because what he was saying, you know.
It seems
Signed,
like
I failed. Like what?
you
Signed,
didn't just come up with that out of nowhere.
Like, come on, bro.
Yada I mean. Sada I feel, yada I mean.
Mm-hmm.
You don't come up with that out of nowhere.
Yeah, man, that shit, man.
When Hov dropped verses,
Carefree.
check this out.
Niggas ain't that free.
Mhm.
Like what?
But a lot of Hov verses that he like, you know, Hov don't do features like that.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
every feature that he does do, I mean, like
It's important.
Jay-Z's one of the rappers that raps everything up top of his head.
Yeah.
But these verses that he comes up with on other people's songs are verses that he literally pulls out of his ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a true freestyle. That's not a verse that he thought about all day and he's like, all right, I'm finna go spit this shit. He literally saying what's on his mind. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is like what he did with the verse he did on Drake's Talk Up. You know, it was very, like, you could tell that verse in particular was very in that moment. Because it was just like some recent shit in that verse, and it's just like, that was just what was on his mind. And that's definitely what I got with Hov's verse on What's Free.
Angry Jay-Z is a dangerous Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just want to go over my honorable mentions real quick, if I don't care. I only got three. I only got three.
Okay. That's cool.
The first would be Drake's second verse on Sicko Mode when him and Travis was trading verses.
Okay. Yeah.
The second would be Pusha T, the whole diss track towards Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hit. That
Body,
hit hard.
body.
That hit hard. That hit hard.
Body,
You know, that hit
I be wanting to, man. I be wanting to respect Drake lyrically so bad.
But it's like
I don't
if you
need him to
can't-
go against nobody that's like
I
Pusha
think
ever
we
again.
already covered this. But if he was, let's just say, hypothetically, if he was in his career earlier in his career, and then
Who was this pushing?
no,
Drake.
If Drake was early in his career, maybe second album, and he had a kid, and this came out,
Mm-hmm.
and then if it was like that, then possibly I don't think Drake would bounce back, but not as quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like
Like,
nothing ever happened when he, you know, really. It's not
The most underrated thing is having women on your side.
right. Yeah,
As long as they by your side,
yeah. You ain't
can't do
going
no
nowhere.
wrong,
you know?
You ain't going nowhere. Like, yeah,
But yeah,
And,
Pusha
I mean,
definitely.
yeah.
he's
He's
Drake
still,
is
it's still Drake. Like I said,
Drake is the LL of today.
Yeah, just without the dancing.
right, exactly.
Nah, I can't say that. He made a whole video dancing Hotline Bling. You know what I'm saying?
So you know,
But not like LL. LL
That's
was
the-
doing some old freaky ass shit.
you jiggling baby type shit. You know, my mama still love that nigga. So
Hey.
and she love Drake. So
Mm-hmm.
my comparison is solidified.
But yeah, that whole verse, like, it didn't throw me for a loop. It really did. It did what it accomplished what it was supposed to in terms of getting. Like, I think that whole thing was a marketing thing. Honestly, I mean, I know Pusha don't like Drake. Like, that's real. But I think the timing was just perfect. You know, Pusha had just dropped the album.
Hey,
Drake
Push
shit was
give off
coming
the
out.
impression he don't like nobody.
Mm-hmm. Pusha album it just came out. Drake shit was about to drop, and it just made sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Drake didn't take no L from it, but it definitely made people look at him different.
Yeah,
You
most
know.
definitely.
Like lyrically, stop fucking with people.
Mm-hmm. And my last honorable mention is one that I actually really just pulled out my ass a couple days ago because I was listening to this song and it was just like, he's not really a rapper to speak of, not necessarily, but this verse like hit me when I actually read what the fuck he was saying. That would be the Don Toliver on Can't Say.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that shit, the Travis Scott joint. You know you heard that
oh,
song.
Yeah. Oh, I don't remember the verse though. I just don't remember the verse, like what he was exactly saying.
Mm-hmm. But when I read what exactly what he was saying in the way that he worded it, I'm like, okay, yeah, this shit dope. And I think the flow was really what got me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's probably what it was. The flow there.
I'm learning that flow is very important.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't hear it, but the last song I let y'all hear, that's why I kind of sound very different.
Exactly. Okay. top 3 EPs of the year.
All
I
right.
know Cooler Bucket ain't got no EPs.
You don't.
And
Oh,
nah,
we
he
ain't go
ain't
to number. I ain't get my number 1.
Oh, you didn't?
Your number one probably different from ours. So.
Oh, so I thought you was.
Well, we've been giving love on J. Cole anyway, but
No, I want to
the
hear this.
verse on the cutoff.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
Hell yeah.
Wait, the whole verse? Like,
Yeah,
because
the
it's
whole-
just one continuous verse.
Yeah,
like, they
the
space
whole-
it out,
yeah.
but...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That was basically like not necessarily a warning shot to all these new rappers coming out, but that was mostly like a be careful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm warning you, you know, as big bro, like, watch yourself in this industry.
You
You know
know,
what I'm saying?
you need that guidance though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the top 3 EPs. He ain't got no EPs. This is me and you.
All
Just
right.
3.
You
Just
can name
3,
them.
though.
You can name them all, and we can talk about all of them.
Oh, shit. These came out later in the year, but I got 2 for number 3.
Mm-hmm.
I got Big Crit Thrice,
Okay.
X, or 10, whatever. And then I got Trifecta. That's the one that just came out last week.
Mm-hmm.
I got Wale Free Lunch,
Mm-hmm.
and I got The Weeknd My Dear Melancholy.
Okay.
And you mentioned yours.
My third is Double Down. That's the
Okay.
second crit EP that he dropped.
Okay.
Even though it's only 2 songs.
Right,
Them 2
right.
are the coldest songs he dropped. So,
okay.
second is My Dear Melancholy. First is Wale's Is Complicated.
Oh,
honestly.
yeah. That was the first one. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit. I mean, Wale was bound to make that list anyway.
Wale
Just
dropped 3
because-
EPs this year, and they all were
Yeah.
solid. So,
Yeah, they was all solid, man. Free Lunch was my favorite though. You know, he was really really dipping into the rap.
mm-hmm.
And I mean, even on the first and the second one, the self promotion and everything, he was really dipping into the rap and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Big Crit, I was just like amazingly, just
Done.
done, like well thought out, because all this music that dropped, you would never think that, Crit would drop something and it be all 3 of them be amazing. I had
Tell you
put
about
2 out of the 3, but yeah, go ahead.
producers first and rappers second.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Y'all unique.
yeah. Hey,
You know, I know you probably don't like to be compared to these legends and shit, like, but that's what made your project unique. You're a producer first and rapper second.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what made your shit, you know what I mean? Even better than mine. You know, I don't give motherfuckers props like that. You know what I mean? But
oh shit.
you'll see, I listen to yours even more than I listen to mine.
Oh damn.
See, PJ2 was good, but your shit was great. That's the difference. You know what I mean? So,
Oh man,
I
I
don't
appreciate that.
you know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
I don't show people love like that too much, so you know it's real.
Yeah,
You know what I
hell
mean?
yeah. Because I mean, I hate to get off this subject. Yeah, I mean, it was my duty to make it feel like it's my last one, similar to the Black Album, Jay-Z. It's my duty to make it feel like this is my last one. So my project, I put out a short little EP that was basically over beats, that's industry beats. I did Dedication, Nipsey Hussle and Kendrick. I did that. I did what else I do? The Art of Peer Pressure, I think that was called, or Sing About Me. Sing About Me, Kendrick. I did that, and I did some random King Louis beat. That was me and him on that. That came out in November. It's called DNA Season. Y'all should go check that out. It's on DatPiff. And I did, of course, my last project, Love More, Hate Less 2, the final chapter.
This ain't got nothing to do with nobody we talking about today. But speaking to King Louis, right? Bro, like, you one of my favorite rappers, man. I just want to know.
Where are you?
What the fuck?
Yeah, where is King Louis?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why the last project I spread that last one out, because that really is my final, my nail in the coffin on my solo shit. With solo project, that's the last solo project I'm gonna do. I'm really like, fuck it, it's over, nigga. That's why I got a song called Message to the Rap Game, which I ain't know. That was one of Kudu Buggin's favorites. I ain't know that shit till, he told me. Message to the Rap Game was something. When did I write that shit? I wrote that. That was like the last song I wrote, to be honest. Message to the Rap Game was really the last song I wrote. And the last verse is so pivotal to me. It speaks to my heart, mostly because, like, I'm addressing the motherfuckers, like y'all niggas will never be top 5. Like, never, ever. The little niggas will never, ever be top 5. So it's just like bringing awareness to I'm great and I could be possibly considered top 5, and I ain't even been doing it that long. I've been doing it just as long as these little niggas. Y'all can go check it out for y'allself if you don't believe me, shit. But keep y'all opinions to y'allself.
Yeah, man,
I don't really want to hear that shit.
Everybody needs somebody to motivate them. Like,
yeah.
The only reason why I'm still rapping is because of DNA.
Yeah.
So any project I drop, I gotta thank DNA. You know what I mean? Cause
he gonna be writing that thank you.
You know what I mean? 2017, I took that year off because I was on some I'm finna quit shit. But DNA got me back in there, and for the few fans I got, you could thank DNA for it.
Yeah.
Run back to these EPs real quick.
The
reason that I put it's complicated in number 1 because it's definitely the most female driven one.
Absolutely.
And first of all, we all know that if you got like my man said earlier, you got a female behind you.
You're right. Yeah.
You can never go wrong.
Absolutely.
So it's a female driven EP, obviously, and yet it's definitely his most lyrical to me.
Yeah.
Past Free Lunch. Because it's like, he had lyric, he dropped lyrics on every song, but it's definitely his most technical lyrical performance, especially on the title track. And he rapped that. He didn't even rap that. He recited it like it was a poem. You know what I'm saying? That would make it the coldest song to me.
Definitely going over an hour because we gotta get into top 10 albums.
I told you this shit was gonna happen.
These other podcasts could do 2-3 hours.
Fuck it, yeah, exactly.
Then it's the end of the year, so
yeah.
I told you
we got a lot to discuss.
And then before we, I just want to address the other two. The reason my dear Melancholy is where it is, I'm a massive Weeknd fan.
Oh yeah.
And at first I thought it was gonna be an album, and then when I found out it was an EP, I'm like, all right, well,
take what you can get.
Take what I get. And when I heard it, I think my favorite song on there is the one that Mike Will produced. That's the second song.
Oh yeah,
Tribe. That's probably my favorite. And then for Double Down, it's only 2 songs.
Okay.
But both of them is cold. And the second song, which is Pick Yourself Up, and I announced this shit on my Twitter. I said, look, if you gonna sample the Isleys, you got to make this shit cold. And he definitely did that. He definitely did Between the Sheets justice, bro. So
yeah, all 3 Big Crit EPs was hella, like, just, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, artists, producers got something. And this is what I want to, before we get into the top 10 albums of the year from everybody, this is what I really wanted to say about my list. Like, I really have 9, but I have 10. I do have 10, but I have 9 to personal. Like, to me.
This is albums, or we talking
about? Albums.
Okay, right.
Yeah, top 10 albums of the year.
All right, we doing honorable mentions first, or we going to straight?
You can do your. I don't have any.
You don't?
I got 1.
Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, producers, like, sometimes they got this big ass gigantic ear that nobody could really understand. Why did you do that? What made you do that? Don't take that out. Try this. Keep it in there. This shit like that. That's what we can hear. We can hear way better. Hear things and see things. Oh, this shit sound better than this. Mm-hmm. And we can, we not gonna say that's why I gotta explain. That's the main reason why we like mad scientists, damn near, because I had to explain my list. What the fuck? This shit is irritating.
That's what it did, man.
But nah, it just does that on its own. Let me know shit. But like I was saying, yeah, we like mad scientists. we can't help ourselves to. We gotta do shit like how we do it, production wise, and even explaining things. That's just how we are. So
you told me you had an R&B list on you.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna have
You
to
got-
discuss
you got
that. Yeah, I got one.
you got one too.
Yeah, I got one.
All right.
But now, before we get into it, I want to just do a couple of my honorable mentions. I ain't
Go
gonna
ahead,
go
go
too
ahead.
deep into it, and I'm gonna just give a brief summary real quick. First is I gotta give it up to the Carter Five.
All right.
And the only
all right,
reason
yeah.
why, and it's an honorable mention because like I said to a lot of niggas before, I wasn't checking for the Carter Five after 2015, so I didn't care. You know what I'm saying?
I honestly wasn't checking for it at all.
So when
I
I
don't
heard
feel
it,
bad about tying him with somebody now.
Right.
but when
yeah.
I heard it, I was like, all right, like I feel you. What you was, I feel why you was trying to get this out because
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is
absolutely.
a good album. It's definitely one of the better projects that Wayne's come out with in the last few years.
Yeah.
Did it make you go back and listen to the first two Carters?
Mm-hmm. Definitely did because I got a vibe from every single Carter that he's ever dropped from his album. So my second is Affected by Cos.
Oh damn! Yeah.
Yeah, that one really hit me.
I've been trying to tell this man.
That one got me,
Trying to tell
bro.
this man about
I got y'all tonight, man.
Cos is dope, man. Like he a West
Even
Coast guy.
like mixtape Kaz.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? Damn, the middle finger one.
I
I can't remember exactly what the fuck that was.
And the last one, and the last two I got on here. The first one is YG Stay Dangerous. I'm a big massive YG fan. I don't think y'all.
Damn,
I don't know if y'all.
fucking put that on your list, bro.
It was gonna go. It was
Oh,
gonna go there, but it
man.
ain't on there. It ain't
His
go
li-
there, but it's
His list might be
it's at the top.
legendary.
It's at the top. It's at the top of the honorable mentions list. for me.
Okay.
And you won't believe what's at the bottom, but I ain't gonna talk about that one. I'm gonna discuss that later. The last one on here for me is actually was a tie. It would be a cross between Logic's Young Sinatra 4
Okay.
and fucking what's that shit? I can't even read my own handwriting. Cardi B joint.
Oh, okay.
And the only reason why Cardi B is even on my honorable mentions list is because I'm not personally a fan of hers,
Right.
but I can't deny the impact of the album and the years she's had.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
you know,
Yeah.
Good music, but did she write it? Big question mark. Big question mark.
Okay.
you know, she.
I agree.
I had to remind myself of the year she's had. So I may not necessarily feel she deserves all them Grammy nominations she got, but I can't hate on her. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
You probably got some shit that's gonna just crush our shit. Then I don't know. Anywho,
I don't know, bro. But let's
I'm
go.
gonna start.
You wanna go into the R&B joint just real briefly?
Yeah,
You wanna...
y'all can go in because I ain't got no R&B joint. I actually have an R&B joint on my
You
list.
ain't. I'll be trying to get you on this R&B shit. I'm
Yeah,
gonna get you
man.
one day.
Maybe when I fall in love again, I don't know.
You ain't gotta be in love to know about it. You know what I mean?
The R&B game made a strong
it's-
comeback this year.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it ain't never
yeah.
left, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It made a definitely strong comeback this year because a lot of these singers been rapping lately. So
All we
You know.
doing is explaining our top five. We just gonna, run it down. So explain your top five of albums of the year. That's R&B.
Alright.
But I got an R&B album.
Okay, my shit is out of order. So
Okay, go ahead.
Y'all like this.
My shit in order. So
I'm gonna start with a woman.
Okay.
Might be y'all crush. I don't know.
go ahead, talk to me.
Maya's TKO.
My NTK.
I haven't heard that one.
Good.
I'm honestly gonna sit here and tell you that I have not heard that.
Some nice work.
Okay.
I can officially say she back. You know what I mean?
My NTK.
She held it down, man.
Okay.
If you listen to her first album, it might remind you of the first album.
All
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I was like 6.
right.
I'm gonna go with the internet with Hive Man.
Oh. Yeah, everybody been telling me.
Actual instruments is still important in today's music.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Raheem Devine with Decade of a Love King.
Oh, okay.
I ain't heard a Raheem Devine song in who knows how long. So,
Bro, okay, when you listen to it, first song you go to is Reverse.
okay.
Let's go get you in the mood. Go get your girl in the mood. Personal favorite, Jeremiah and Ty Dolla $ign with my Ty.
Okay.
Just a personal favorite.
Okay.
You know?
That's how
She going through some things. I listen to that shit every day. And Black, East Atlanta Love Letter.
All right.
I want to thank everybody who put me on that guy. I've been missing out.
Yeah.
All right, mine is in order. My 5 is Usher and Zaytoven A.
Okay.
Because, you know what I'm saying, I remember when it came out, a lot of people said that it was unnecessary and Usher was trying to stay young.
Yes.
Usher was trying to stay young. And I said, how is he trying to stay young? Zaytoven can work with anybody. Just because you work with Zaytoven don't mean you trying to stay young.
Yeah,
Usher being 40 ain't got nothing to do with it. And if you actually listen to this shit, that shit cold.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It was,
Like sometimes a lot of producers and rappers and the producers and singers, they don't mesh well. But these two mesh well.
Absolutely.
Very well. My 4 is Black's East Atlanta Love Letter. To me, it's way better than Free Black. Honestly.
Okay. Hell yeah. Absolutely.
Black definitely knew that he had to make some shit to give him some staying power.
Right.
Like, not like he didn't have it already, but you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
My 3rd is actually Kali Uchis's Isolation. I got on that late.
Okay.
I got on that real late. I discovered it in the group that we in, and I sat there and listened to it, and I messed with it. So you know, that's definitely a great album. If you want to listen to it, I suggest you give it a listen. Okay. My 2nd is actually one of the 5 albums that Kanye produced. That would be Tiana Taylor's "Keep That Same Energy."
Okay. Yeah. That was
now
solid.
the last song threw me for a loop, so I can't really include that one. That threw me off. I ain't gonna lie.
It wasn't for us.
That was not for us.
I promise you, if we could all delete that song out of Kanye brain, we will.
Nah, but she got a cut on that called "Gonna Love Me."
Yeah,
that's probably my favorite. You know, and the fact that she got the Woo on the remix made it better.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
And my 1st is Hive Mind. I'm a massive internet fan.
Yeah.
You know, I've been an internet fan since it was just Sid and Matt Martians doing, you know, keyboard work on their own. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
To see them grow and progress and add all these members and get all these like new influences and stuff like that. When Ego Death dropped 3 years ago, I said, dude, they finally perfected their sound.
Yeah.
Period. And they've taken it a step further with Hive Mind. They may have lost a member, but that didn't take away from the quality of the record. You know what I'm saying?
You get a song like Special Affair on 2K.
Mm-hmm.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah. So, I only have one R&B.
You can say that for the top 10.
But I'm going to say that for the top 10 albums of the year. But I'm going to go with my 2 honorable mentions that I have. I got Daytona. Pusha T.
That's an honorable mention?
Yeah. Hey, I looked at you crazy for Stay Dangerous.
We ain't gonna do the other 5?
Yeah, we got. And I got another honorable mention. I got hold on. I forgot exactly. Oh, Immigrant Belly. That shit was cold.
Yeah.
Immigrant Belly. Man, that shit was cold. That shit was cold, man. I'm so sorry that didn't make the top 10, but yeah, it didn't make the top 10.
Alright.
Now, just gonna run through 6 through 10 right now. Don't nobody laugh at my shit, cause
we gotta laugh at.
Oh man,
it's bad. Like,
yeah, I know somebody gonna laugh. YG, Stay Dangerous at number 10.
Okay.
I got Trippie Redd at number 9.
Somebody go find me a break.
A Love Letter to You 3, though. I didn't like Life's a Trip as much as A Love Letter to You 3.
So too trippy.
Number 8, I got Meek Mill Championships. Number 7, I got Denzel Curry Taboo.
Now you talking.
Yeah. And number 6, I got ASAP Rocky Testing.
Okay.
Yeah, nigga. Fuck with that. All right, go ahead.
I need that pen.
6 through 10.
6 through 10
Yeah.
for rap, bro.
Yep. This your own personal. I mean, you already said your R&B, so yeah.
Arsenal the Rebel with Family.
Okay.
Number 6. If you in the battle rapping, y'all know Arsenal with Beast. Meek Mill with Championships.
Okay.
We already been talking about that whole episode.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Jim Jones with Wasted Talent.
Okay.
Okay.
A lot of people didn't listen to it. I recommend you do. Lil Wayne, Carter 5.
Oh, damn. He made your top 6.
Yeah. I wanted to take him out a few times, to be honest, but
Yeah, I feel you.
he's a legend. So for 10, I got 2 people. One of them was I was going to remove Carter 5 for, but I just got so much respect for Lil Wayne, I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So A$AP Rocky with Testing,
Mm-hmm.
and Royce the 5'9" with Booker Ryan.
That's on my
shit,
honorable
that's
mentions
another
too. I didn't
honorable
put
mention.
that. I didn't.
I can't
you know what I'm saying?
believe I didn't fucking put that.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
Say-
the first
that's a
time.
definite honorable mention, man.
It was the first time that I heard Royce in all these years he's been rapping get a little personal,
Right, yeah.
talk about his pops and everything, you know.
All right, go ahead with your 6 through 10.
All right, my 10 is 2 albums. Because I couldn't decide which one I wanted to put at 10.
Okay.
That would be Not All Heroes Wear Capes by Metro Boomin
Okay, all right.
and Edgewood by Trouble and Mike Will.
Oh, see, I didn't listen to that, but I heard that was, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm going to definitely check it out.
This year has definitely been a good year for producer and artists, like albums.
Yeah.
Like one producer, one artist. You know, and you could tell that Mike Will believes in Trouble
Right.
and his talent because of the beats he gives him. Some of the best shit he's come out with as far as beat-wise this year. So
I feel that. I feel that.
it's like him and Ray Shrimmer, you know, like
Oh, yeah.
you know, like
The shit he gives them is...
They had a good album too.
Yeah,
was alright.
it wasn't...
I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the
Yeah,
first Shrimmer Life or
exactly.
Shrimmer Life 2. So
Oh, yeah, we're going to have to talk about
as far as Metro Boomin album, you can say what you will about the type of songs that he has on there or who he has on there. They may not all mesh well for you,
Right.
but the one thing that you can't take away from is his production. His
Right.
production, that's some of the best production he's ever done. Especially since he started incorporating samples into his shit.
Yeah,
He's definitely grown as a producer. That year he took off was well
samples
needed.
is important.
That year he took off was well needed.
Yeah.
You know, and it seems like he saved the best beats for his own album,
Right.
honestly. So, number 9 is Drake with Scorpion,
Okay.
but a specific disc because I could put the whole album in there, and I want to,
Not me.
but I could put the whole album in there and I want to, and I was really conflicted about which disc I was gonna put because I got a soft spot for the second disc, but I had to put the first.
Okay.
The only reason I put the first is
It's
because
better.
but I had to put the first because that was like, all right, like the type of year you had before this album came out. You better come with some shit that's gonna prove your point, and he kind of did,
Right.
you know. But I think what kind of hurt it was the subliminals for one. Like,
Yeah.
dude, we already know who you beefing with. You might as well just say niggas' names at this point.
Right, exactly.
You know, number 8 is Championships.
Okay.
That stays at where it's at. Because like I told you, I wasn't like the biggest Meek Mill fan up until this album came out,
Right.
but it made me become a fan of his again. Number 7 is Mac Miller, Swimming.
Okay.
Like I told you, him dying really made me look at the album a little bit more and kind of dive into it.
Yeah.
And I realized like it's damn near the best thing he's ever released to me. And number 6 is J-Rock, Redemption.
Okay.
Yeah, man. What is
That's
to be said about that album?
Right.
You know, like
Yeah.
J-Rock knew he had to come with some shit because I know he'd been hearing the shit about how he the weakest member in TDE. I know he's been hearing it.
Oh,
And this
man,
album
why did
make-
they say that?
And this album makes a case of why I always thought he was not.
Great way. If you was a fan of his from day one, it's a great way to make your fans proud.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah. This top 5, most like most of this top 5 basically helped me write my last project. Mainly number 1 though. it was mainly number 1 and number 4 that really helped me write my last album, my last project or mixtape, whatever you want to call it. I call it an album because it was all original music. I got number 5, J-Rock, Redemption. Of course, we talked about it already, but I want to explain it for myself. I felt like the broke joint, that song really, hit me, because niggas broke, but don't act like it, and shit. And, you can never, show your, shortcomings and shit as much.
You got a favorite song off that?
I got 2 favorite songs off that. The Wild Freestyle with him and Kendrick, and the Broke Joint.
The Wild Freestyle, I just want to talk about that music video real quick.
What's up, bro?
I don't know, man. When J-Rock and Kendrick get together, it's always something special.
Right, yeah. It's dope.
Any song that they've done together, whether it be that song or even with the ad-libs that Kendrick gave J-Rock on Win, probably the best ad-libs of the year. Even to any like older songs like Vice City or Hood Gonna Love It, like whenever they get together, it's always special. Yeah. So, and like I was saying, just to mention the music video, like there's a part in there where they rapping, but they both moving like slow. So whoever's not rapping is moving slow. Whoever rapping is moving normal. It was kind of funny to me, And then when Kendrick hit that dance, I'm like, oh, okay. So this what you doing? This what you doing?
Chemistry.
Yeah, but my favorite song off that project in particular would probably be Out of Sight, Out of Mind. Yeah. And it's not, it's not just because of Cole though. It's just because of the,
he held his own.
The type of stuff that they were talking about in that song.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like you try to put things out your mind so you ain't gotta think about it.
Absolutely.
Travis Scott with Astro World.
Okay.
Very, very well put together album, start to finish. I ain't really a big fan of the long joints, but it's very well put together. Yeah. Nipsey Hussle with Victory Lap. How can I not?
You just go say your whole top 5. Then. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. We can do that.
No, yeah, we can do that.
How can I not? J.I.D. Jid with DiCaprio too.
Okay. I guess that was very strong for you, sir. Yeah, you put it in the top 3. And damn.
J. Cole with K.O.D.
Oh, and number 2. All right.
Yeah, of course. J-Rock, we just got done talking about Redemption.
It's your number 1?
Yeah.
Damn.
All right, no, I could respect that, for real.
As a day one.
I could respect that. No.
As a day one fan, like, you know what I mean?
Because all our top 5 lists ain't going to be the same. Come on now.
Yeah. As a day one fan of him, like, he really did his fans proud, man.
But it's cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's 100. You can go ahead.
You want me to do my whole list or just...
You could tell me why, each one.
Yeah, we could just... I can name off albums and we could just talk about them.
Right.
Number 5 for me was Victory Lap. No flex. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. When Nip first dropped that album, I'm a Nip fan, but I ain't like the biggest Nip fan, so I really wasn't trying to listen to it. I think the only song I listened to was Last Time I Checked, and Blue Laces 2. Okay. So I just bumped those for the majority of the year. I didn't start getting into Victory Lap until probably about October, when I actually finally sat there and tried to dissect the shit. Right. And the shit that people was telling me was false. I had to hear it for myself because they were telling me how good it was, and I was like, all right, I'm finna go listen to it. And the first time I heard it, I'm like, yeah, it's good, but it ain't as good as you said it was. Yeah. Then I started listening to it more, and it's still not as good as people were hyping it up as like the best album of the year. And I'm like, no, but it's up there. It's definitely up there.
I think who fucking executive produced? I'm thinking did he executive produce? I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm not. But that's probably why
he could have did a better job as a hype man.
Right? Yeah. But favorite song is what?
Probably Blue Laces too. Okay. I would have said Double Up, but that's too easy.
Yeah. Right. Mine's probably that too. Hustle and Motivate and Young Niggas.
I ain't gonna lie, Hustle and Motivate was my least favorite song on that for the
Damn.
longest time. For the longest
That
time.
was the first song on that I repeated.
For the longest time. And I think it's just because, like, I love Hard Knock Life, the song.
Right.
But I never liked that beat.
Oh,
Never
okay.
liked that beat. Like, I like it more now, but he did the beat justice.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And
It's a good
I
video.
love the song now. I don't hate it anymore. So, you know. Plus, when I, listen to the shit he was talking. And I think that's the best thing about that album going forward is he was dropping a lot of knowledge on that album.
Yeah.
Hidden in the verses. So,
Yeah, absolutely. All right, go ahead with your next one.
number 4 is Astro World.
Okay.
And the reason being for that is because it's definitely his best project to me.
Yep.
It was Rodeo.
Yep.
And I will make a strong.
There
I
you
will
go.
make a strong case for Rodeo. It jumps between
Yeah.
the two.
Yep.
You can tell that, and somebody I was watching something on YouTube. I'm not gonna say who exactly I was watching, but they were saying how he's a wonderful producer, and I said Travis Scott is a producer, but Travis Scott hasn't produced his own work for some time.
He has some.
He has his hands and his influence in everything that he puts on the album of his. But he doesn't personally produce shit anymore. Like, you could call him a producer because he exactly produces his own shit, but he's not making his own beats anymore. But you can tell that these people that he works closely with them so they can realize what he wants.
Yeah.
And I think it was really just the structuring of the album.
Absolutely.
Like, he was taking a whole lot of risks with that album. Not even with the people that was on it, but just the
production.
He was taking a lot of risks.
Like The Sims.
And it's hard to pick a favorite song on the album because of how well put together it is. I could give you a great moment off of that album, and
okay,
if I had to pick a favorite song, it's actually "Stop Trying to Be God."
Okay.
But that would contain my favorite 2 moments on that entire album, which would be Kid Cudi's hums because they're godly.
Right,
and
absolutely.
Stevie Wonder's harmonica. Because if you got a Stevie Wonder playing harmonica on your shit, your song better be cold.
Right.
Ask Drake, he know.
Okay, so on Sicko Mode,
which is probably the best song
why
on the
is
album, though. I just want to put
why
that
is
out
Sway
there.
Lee a feature?
Why is he a feature?
Why?
All he said was someone said a couple times.
Okay, it's the genius behind it. Like he always did subtle shit. Rodeo was the same thing. Rodeo
was the only album where he even announced features.
Right. He didn't announce features for that simple, for this album, for that simple fact of how it's produced and how it comes on.
He wants you to be surprised by who's on the song.
Exactly. So that's why I got that shit higher than you. But I told you, Mad Scientist, producer ear.
Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna lie. When I first heard Sicko Mode and I heard Drake's voice, I'm like, oh shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So
I wanted more of that.
Damn, what the fuck I was finna say? Oh, Rodeo was too telling. It's almost like you wanted to skip because you saw
your favorite artist.
Yeah, and Chief Keef. Didn't he have Chief Keef and
Sway Lee on the same song?
Right, exactly. Yes. That don't really go together, but he made it work. He made that shit work unbelievably well. Justin Bieber and Young Thug on the same
That's
song.
not supposed to work, and it worked.
That wasn't supposed to work, but it worked. Him and Quavo, and then the beat switch up in that. That's how Jack Huncho was supposed to sound. I'll take just that song over that. So there you go.
Another collaboration project that wasn't worth your time.
Exactly. What number you on now?
3.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
My 3rd is the Black Panther soundtrack.
Okay.
It's definitely.
Right.
It's definitely.
You got that up high.
Yeah, I do, and I have it up high for a good reason.
Okay, go ahead.
Because it's not because I love the movie.
Okay.
As much as I do, it's really just because it's a well-made soundtrack. That's something that's been lost in
Yeah.
like, you know, music is like
Music, period,
great soundtrack, because like that's all over the 90s, movies with great soundtracks, you know, and people weren't putting as much effort
Especially with
into it. Black Panther was the first time that motherfuckers actually put effort into making music to match a movie.
they should do
you
that
know.
with more Marvel because they be having the best movies. To be honest,
Yeah.
Marvel.
Man, yeah.
And the fact that Kendrick Lamar was the person to, you know, do the soundtrack, it was just like he's perfect
Right.
because he's so upfront in the you know, this movement. You know, it's like who else could do it, right? I mean, I guess you could have picked J. Cole, but you know, Kendrick was
Probably would've
perfect.
been too woke.
Mm-hmm. J. Cole, I mean, like Kendrick was the perfect person to carry that out, and each song was not. It didn't sound like the last,
Right.
which is the greatest thing about it.
Yeah.
Each song didn't sound like the last. Every song had its own unique sound, and it was almost like all these songs should not work, but they do. You know,
Right.
and then the fact that he was incorporating actual African artists into the album is like, yeah, he was really serious about making this shit work, and it did. You know, it's always the best things come from shit that just shouldn't work, but it does.
Yeah.
But my favorite song off that is actually a song that Kendrick is not on. That would be the track "Seasons" with Mozzie.
Okay.
Yeah, like Mozzie's verse on that is like one of the top verses of the year for me. Honestly.
Monty hard, bro.
Yeah.
He hard. I don't know,
Absolutely.
but
Yeah. Okay.
he hard.
Yo, top 2.
My top two, I never really went back and forth about what they were gonna be because I knew my placement of those from this. As soon as you told me what we was about to talk about,
Okay.
I was a little indifferent about number 2 because of, you know, my stance on his whole beef with Drake, but it's Daytona. You know what I'm saying? And because, like I told you, that beef had to be the most unnecessary beef this year. All of the beefs were unnecessary this year, but that one was definitely the most unnecessary. And I told my mans last night, like that whole shit was orchestrated perfectly by him, because you put that nigga name, you put the subliminal on Infrared, and that stupid motherfucker took the bait and fell for it. And you come with the kill blow, and it's like, okay, well, what the fuck else can you do?
Exactly.
This is your fault. You in this by yourself because you want it. You tired of niggas dissing you. You know what I'm saying?
Pusha one of them niggas you don't mess with.
Yeah.
The killer.
Pusha T is literally like the villain in hip hop. Like he's just one of the people that you just don't cross. Like just because he's a fucking bully.
He's a
Like
killer.
he's going to bully you. He's like the 50 Cent of this generation now.
He came out in that era.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you know it's like you put yourself in that position. But as far as Daytona, just to touch on it, it's definitely the most well produced out of the Kanye projects that came out.
But you know the reason why, though, right?
Yeah, I know why.
I just don't want that man to disappear for a few years.
I don't know.
Pusha T,
I doubt they'll let that happen.
Hell,
Now, you
man.
know what I'm saying? He's more high in demand now
Yeah.
after the year he's had. So,
Yeah.
Favorite track?
if you know, you know.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, absolutely. That's definitely a favorite for me too.
And then now my number one is well, you already know what my number one is. Like I haven't changed that stance since
Our number
since the
ones
concert.
might be identical.
It's KOD, obviously.
Yeah.
But you know, my reason for that is not because I'm a massive J. Cole fan.
Right.
J. Cole made that album with the intention to kind of embrace the new school, for one.
Right.
Because he was making beats that sounded like trap beats, but he was rapping better than a trap rapper would.
Right.
Well, some trap rappers would.
Yeah, you know, and that happens most of the time.
So, yeah. But, like, and people were thrown off by it because they like, this is not what J. Cole does, right?
Right.
But I thought it was great because a lot of what 2018 has been about musically is people stepping out of their comfort zone. And that was definitely J. Cole, what he was doing with KOD. He definitely was stepping out of his comfort zone. And I know he's heard the claims that he's boring.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So he wanted to make an album that didn't sound boring.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
saying?
understand that.
And that's why I think this is probably the best thing he's ever come out with. You know, it's like everything that he drops gets better and better and better and better and better. You know, lyrically, production wise, just subject matter. You know, you think that a rapper would find, you know, who talks about everything would run out of shit to talk about.
Exactly.
But, you know, he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? He finds ways to talk about things that are very prevalent in 2018 as far as, like, taxes, drug abuse, heavy drug abuse, like pills and lean and shit like that.
We in a time where it's heavy right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. So
and he addresses it very well. So that would be the reason that it will be number one for me. And I'm damn near finna riot against the Grammys because they didn't nominate it for shit.
Come on.
At all. Like it didn't deserve it. Like it didn't deserve it.
We like I can accept the fact that KOD. Like I will explain more why because it's my number one also. But I'm gonna bring y'all up to my number one. So I already explained number 5, J Rock Redemption. 4, I got Black East Atlanta Love Letter.
Okay.
And the reason why is helped me with the love part. It helped me to mold my love songs in my last project. And yeah, he's smiling because he know who the girl is about. You know the girl because I've been with her and everything and shit like that. But yeah, it helped me mold those love songs though. So, hey.
She cool, but that ain't why I was smelling.
Oh, okay. Anywho, I got for number 3, I got Victory Lap, Nipsey Hussle. I have that up. So, oh yeah, I never said my favorite song.
I never said mine for KOD either. But
oh damn, go ahead.
No, we can go into that later. When
oh yeah, because we both got it number one. So
my thing, well, albums I listen to from start to finish.
I do too.
Yeah, so
some I don't, some I skip around, but I always end up listening to it back to front. So
for East Atlanta Love Letter, my favorite song is Nonchalant.
Mine was the title track, definitely title track, and it's not because of Future. I just want to let that know because I'm a big Future fan. It's not because of Future.
Yeah, number 3, Nipsey Hussle, Victory Lap. I got a bunch of favorite songs actually from that shit. If I can double up, Hustle 'em over to motivate young niggas. Shit, Blue Laces 2. Shit. So yeah, that's it. I shouldn't have to really go too much into deep why. That's number 3. Mm-hmm. It was highly anticipated by me. So yeah. Number 2, I got Travis Scott, Astroworld. And the reason why I got that is number 2 and not number 1 because that could have possibly been number 1. I wanted to be fair and make that number 2.
You know,
and because I went to the concert also. So I felt the full in-depth experience, and I'm possibly going because he's coming back in February, end of February, and probably gonna get a better seat. But it's producer ear, like it's all about the producer's ear, and he did produce parts of songs. Like I know Kanye, he like partially signed him as a producer to Good Music, but the thing is, like, I think he only worked on drums because Kanye could never figure out drums. So that's what the fuck it was. Like, I could see, oh yeah, he definitely worked on the drums here. He definitely worked on the drums there. Like certain songs I can tell, like Stargazing, like certain sections. What else? What else did he produce? R.I.P. Screw, he produced that also. He had a hand in it, at least. It's like a bunch of producers, of course.
This is what I said earlier. I told you Travis Scott don't produce it.
Yeah, that's
he just has his hands in it.
Yeah, he just has. Of course, he has his hands in it. Skeletons, which I didn't really like. That's like the only song I didn't like though. Mm-hmm. Everything else, like at first I didn't like Skeletons because it was too short. And not enough for real. Not enough for real. That's why I never liked that shit, and still won't to this day. What else? Astro Thunder, he also partially produced. And that's it, I think. Yeah. So
I need Pharrell to help Justin Timberlake recover from that bullshit he put out this
yeah,
year.
I second that. But getting back
What we
to
talking
Pharrell.
Producer.
Yeah, fair.
What about it?
I need him to help Justin Timberlake.
I don't know what you need him to help for. Because, I mean, I like that album. It's not in my top, but I like that album. But here's the thing that's probably going to hit you. Pharrell produced most of that. Most of it. Timberland only produced like 2 songs.
Okay, so that's what he was missing, man. I know he was missing something.
Like, honestly, bro, him and Justin Timberlake getting back together was a great thing because some great beats did come out of that.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel where you coming from.
Compared to 2020, it wasn't.
Yeah,
And the
2020,
ones
yeah.
before that, it wasn't.
Yeah. And Mike Dean, I feel like Mike Dean helped out Kanye a lot. He helps out Kanye in damn near every project. I don't know if that last one, but
Mike Dean is the reason Astro World sounds the way
yeah,
it does.
it does.
Period.
That's the reason why it sounds the way it does. Yeah, absolutely. Flawless. I felt like this was flawless, production wise. Fucking everything Travis was saying. This shit constructed like Juice WRLD and fucking Sheck West. Like that shit.
We gotta go an episode without Kanye though. Fuck that.
Fuck him. Period. Fuck him.
Yeah,
Fuck that
Juice-
weak ass album he came out with. Fuck the fact he supports Trump. Fuck all that shit.
Oh man.
I still love some of his music, but fuck him.
People want to let him slide though. Fuck that nigga.
But like I was saying, the No Bystander, Sheck West and Juice WRLD, that shit was amazing. Especially if you get a chance to go, bro, you gotta see that shit live because that shit live was amazing. I hope that we can get him to pull out Sheck West with it. That way, you know, it has the full effect, you know, for the concert. But yeah, Yosemite, come on, man, that's self-explanatory. That was amazing. But now back to my list. Number 1, of course, J. Cole, K.O.D. I feel like this is his best, you know, work. Also, as John mentioned earlier, this is his best work. Phenomenal on production and on lyrics, especially Kevin's Heart and Window Pane. I did not understand why the fuck did he open with that.
I did. I understood it.
Please tell me.
I understood it. I mean, it's really the Window Pane is really like the mission statement for that entire album almost.
Okay.
Like damn near like people think it's the title track and it's not. Like it is, but it's not. Like the mission statement for the entire album is Window Pane.
Now, I'm gonna tell you one thing about that song that kind of threw me off and kind of made me think he purposely put that in there because that kind of threw me off and I didn't want to listen to that song at first, to be honest. And then I didn't really pay attention fully to that song until he performed it. And after I listened to it again alone, I was like, damn, this shit is powerful. Yeah, that shit was freaking amazing.
We might as well just put that nigga as the MVP of the year.
Yeah, he is. He is. I said that a while ago, a couple episodes ago. I said that he's definitely had the most. He's been more. This is the most.
He's been, you know, active in his entire career. So
yeah, definitely. And then we're gonna go back to the Grammys right now because I feel what you saying about him getting snubbed, but I was like, I'm cool with it mainly because he's still gonna get a Grammy, but he might or might not get a Grammy because of he's placed in R&B, and R&B is like normally that's where most black people get fucked over at, really. So that's why that shit might not work.
Favorite song? That's what we didn't mention. Was favorite song
shit.
off that.
no pain.
Okay. See, people keep asking me why my favorite song is what it is, but it's because it's the most non-J. Cole song of all J. Cole songs.
And KOD.
Mm-hmm. It's not that, though. The most non-J. Cole song that he ever made, and my favorite song of that entire project is ATM.
Okay.
That's the most non-J. Cole song that he's ever made.
It's very like, what can I say that is reminiscent of? It's like Lil Pumpish. It's sort of
Almost.
Yeah, like sort of. Not completely.
I think what really made me fall in love with this song, though, was the video.
Okay.
Because the video is basically a personification of the song.
Right.
Like, everything that happens that he says happens in the video. Yeah. So it's like, when you see it and you listen to it, it's like, oh, shit. Like, he really, like, getting off right here. And it's like, the song is literally about something that we all have an issue with.
Right.
Spending money before we get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Every week.
Every single yeah every single week, man.
Like, people don't understand the deeper meaning of the song because of what it sounds like, but when you really go into it, that's really just something that everyone goes through. Everyone's going through it.
Yeah.
So I'm going through it now. So that album really helped me reevaluate how I've been living my life. Like, I'm not no drug kid. I've never popped pills. I've never sibling or nothing like that.
Yeah,
I'm smoked, but
it's the one of the reasons why I quit smoking weed though. Like that I think a week after the album, that's the last time I smoked. Like week after, I want to say.
It's cool when you can get a message across without being preachy.
You know.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I don't like what weed was doing to me, so I stopped.
Yeah, facts though.
I was writing slower. Becoming angry over shit I ain't supposed to be angry about. That's my main reason for stopping.
Right.
Becoming some shit I seen people go through. Become already.
But that album made me help me reevaluate my life a little bit.
The song, like J. Cole's KOD and East Atlanta Love Letter Black. That shit. Both of those albums like was really instrumental. Like I was saying,
hey, sorry on that joint.
Yeah, sorry
joint, man.
Yeah, that shit and nonchalant because I could be very nonchalant at times, and not care about certain things that I should care about, or just say fuck it and give up and shit. But KOD as a whole though, like it really, really fucking helped me to write and mature. The song you heard before we started, like it really helped me to say, like, when the fuck is it time to grow up? Like, what's when are you gonna decide? Oh, I'm not gonna play around no more, and get serious because time is ticking. As quick as this year went by, we see, time is ticking. Ain't no more time to play around and shit. So it's time to grow the fuck up, man. Like real talk. So, I think we wanted to get into something else.
I mean, hey, I don't know how much time we've been on, but
I know
it's a lot we didn't talk about. I know it's a lot we didn't talk about. So we gotta get into the real. We gotta get into the real beefs. We gotta get into the real heated conversations that we need to have. You want to talk about beef? No, we can talk about beefs. We can talk about beefs. We done gone into one of them into detail, damn near.
Yeah. I say the Nicki and Cardi shit was like pretty much like stupid to me.
Oh, this where we at?
I think. Yeah, I feel like Nicki and Cardi was like kind of stupid. It's still going on though. Like, so it's not like it's ended this year. They play like they was, like they lying saying they done, but they really not done. Cause I mean, you heard the song on Meek album. Like, come on,
how convenient is fucking that, huh?
But it's like petty childish 2-year-old or high schoolish type shit to me at this point. But Nicki been bodying her features though. But her album just wasn't.
I don't know if you heard it, but there's a song on the Creed 2 soundtrack that she on with ASAP, Rocky and Ferg. She bodied that shit. Man. If you got a chance to listen to it, go listen to it. I'm telling
them two anyway. You got to.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you got to listen to that shit. She definitely bodied that shit.
But I'm just like, man, that shit was. I don't know. I'm just like, why? Like why?
Cause
And but I get why. But then
Of course
again,
you get
it's,
why. I'm about to tell you some shit too.
it's more from her end.
Nikki, of course.
Yeah.
That's what I'm about to get into because I'm finna rip
It's
her a new one.
it's
real
an
quick.
actual disdain and ill will
Mhm.
Yeah,
towards Cardi. Like
that's crazy.
she don't want to give up the spotlight.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
That's the real fucking problem.
It's fucking sad.
It's been fucking
I'm
10 years,
finna
man.
get
Let
into this
somebody
shit
else
real
shine,
quick.
you know
I'm
what I
finna
mean?
get into it real quick. Check this out. My whole opinion on this beef, man. Nicki is the queen of rap to me. Period. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. She been running that shit for years now. Ain't nobody ever challenged her. Not even when Remy Ma came for her neck. Ain't nobody was taking that spot from her until Cardi B showed up.
Right.
Now I ain't gonna lie. When Cardi B came out with Bodak Yellow last year, that song, did what it did. It blew up, but I ain't think the chick had no staying power.
Right.
Invasion of Privacy drops and proves she got staying power. I don't know how, but she got it. So, you know what I'm saying? In the weirdest of ways, I think it's just the world we live in now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, Nicki sees that. She see that the motherfucker is more popular than she's ever been. Nicki, I don't even think, has Nicki ever have a number one album? Like, straight out?
She always been number 2.
See?
Yeah.
There it is.
And the problem she had with Travis Scott this year, because she was number 2 and he was number 1,
Yeah.
and she's always been number 2. So
Yeah, it's crazy.
that argument, the problem she had with him didn't make sense either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, crazy.
Nicki really just been acting like a stereotypical female this year.
Yeah, crazy.
Like, we already knew she was like that, but it's just been it's just very bad this year, bro. She basically acting like a basic bitch all year.
Oh,
and
man.
that's just so beneath her. Like, she needs to just go ahead and worry about her goddamn self.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Facts.
Like, let another female get her shine, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
Especially a motherfucker who said that she was a massive fan of yours before anything.
Right.
And you was one of the inspirations that made her want to do this shit in the
Mhm.
first fucking place. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, she had her time longer than anybody I can remember.
Exactly.
10 years.
She's lasted longer than any female MC that we probably revere at this table.
And it's like
So,
Light didn't even have that type of run.
right, yeah.
Light,
MC Light,
Eve, Missy,
MC, no.
Lil'
Well,
Kim.
Missy can come
like,
in and come out at any time though.
honestly, but
Yeah,
still,
because
she really she damn near 35. She need to, if she ain't 35 already, she needs to grow the fuck up.
Gotta relax a little bit, man.
yeah,
Let
gotta
somebody
grow
else
up, man.
shine, man.
for real. Because it was way more unified in the '90s and shit. Everybody was hopping on each other's songs and shit. It's like almost so condensed down. Like it's a little bit of they sharing the spotlight, but they don't even have the biggest star power because Nicki is so much big headed and selfish and shit that she don't want to fucking fall down.
You gotta get off that shit, man.
So like it's dope ass females out here like Rhapsody, Dreezy, Cash Doll. Like, come on, man. Like, damn. Come on. All these dope ass females,
Here's another beef I think was unnecessary, and I'm gonna get into it just briefly. 'Cause I really didn't give a fuck
Rhapsody,
about
low
it.
key, they can't fuck with. But
Yeah.
Nah,
they
she's
can't.
on another lyrical level. She's on the lyrical level. A lot of these niggas we listen to at this point. So you
know?
feel me? I want to touch on another beef real quick that I thought was unnecessary. It wasn't even really a beef necessarily, but it was just like why, especially considering who it is. That would be the Tory Lanez and Jordan Lucas beef.
Okay. It was competition.
That wasn't no beef. That was a
Yeah, that was
competition, but
competition.
still, like.
Need more.
I'm not a massive Jordan Lucas fan. I will say that off the top,
I'm
but
definitely not.
but I know the man can rap.
Right.
I know that, and it's like, but I know Tory Lanez can rap.
Yeah.
Like people, that's the thing that people wouldn't understand. Like y'all saying how this man Jordan was gonna simply body Tory. Like Tory can't rap. You know what I'm saying? Like opinion about Tory Lanez's music notwithstanding, the man can rap. Period.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing that's a constant is he can rap. Now his music choices are sometimes questionable,
Right.
but he can rap. There's no denying that.
Exactly.
So
I
don't think that he necessarily
leave
got
works alone,
body, but I do think that
Nah, they made up for that.
yeah.
That's good.
But I will say this
definitely
about
a guy
Tory
you should
Lanez.
leave
Tory
alone.
Lanez needs to calm down a little bit because I don't know if y'all seen what he said to Royce the 5'9"
That's
when
what
he
I'm
told
saying.
him to suck my dick. Like you don't tell
Yeah,
no
you should
grown
leave-
ass man to suck
Royce,
your
you
dick.
should
I
leave
don't give a
alone.
fuck. I don't give a fuck who you are.
They talk though.
They did talk. They good, but I'm just saying, like,
That's the guy.
please watch what you say and who you say it to.
Who you say it, yeah.
Because I know that motherfuckers can't control your mouth, but some shit you should just never fucking say. I don't give a fuck if you ain't got no filter and you just say everything that's on your mind. Certain shit you just shouldn't say, and some people you just shouldn't say it to because you don't know what no one's capable of.
On wax or off of it.
Right.
That's the guy you should leave alone.
Yeah, facts though. But yeah, I think we wrapped up 2018 pretty much nicely because we almost.
Let me think about it real quick. Is there anything we haven't talked about? I'm thinking if we have, is there anything we haven't discussed?
The only thing we haven't discussed is the person that we don't want to discuss.
Who was that?
Yeah.
Might as well discuss it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we got to talk about him.
Yeah.
We have to talk about him. Like, we can't end this shit without talking about him.
Man.
But before we get into him, because I know this man right here is extremely passionate about this shit. Before we get into that, I just want to say something real quick. This has probably been one of the better years for music.
Yeah,
it's not.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't call it. I probably would call it better than last year, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. Whoa, we got
maybe.
We got rather than you than me. We got a lot of shit that was dope.
Maybe
that shit.
I don't know, like a special year in music when motherfuckers make a lot of timeless music. Like, honestly, bro, since 2011, 2012, I really haven't gotten that vibe from music. Like, I've loved a lot of music.
It's been pretty lazy,
but it's been pretty like it hasn't had that timeless feel like those 2 years had for me. So that this shit probably has that feel for me, honestly.
Yeah,
lyricism and storytelling is on the way back.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really got too much to say about Ye. It's just like, get some help. That's it.
I ain't got much to say. I've said a lot, but I'm not gonna say too much.
If you think that's what's wrong with it.
Well, I feel like he lost his mother, and he's still not over that, and there's no black woman in his life.
I get that.
So
that'd probably be the only excuse I would give him. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. But his mama, the shit that he's been doing, his mama will roll over in her motherfucking grave if she saw it.
Right, yeah.
Like, honestly,
Trump and shit.
Like, how dare you?
Growing up where you grew up at. You probably ain't there, but you can't forget where you came from.
Exactly. You know, don't get on people talk shows, don't get on the radio talking about all this shit you do for Chicago and you don't do a goddamn thing for it. Right. Your ass is sitting off in your pretty little mansion in Calabasas.
Shit's crazy.
Yeah, talking all this shit, releasing them weak ass, clunky ass shoes that don't nobody buy no more.
You know, all that shit he's preaching in his music back in the day. I ain't living up to none of it.
But the most recent thing about Kanye, and this is the only thing I really want to address about him. The thing with him and Drake, right? Kanye really doesn't have a leg to stand on with that. The reason I say is because this whole thing could be been avoided easily because of the main factor. You niggas stay down the fucking street from each other. Both of y'all have said it in songs.
Word.
You could pull up on that nigga at any time and talk that shit, but you choose to get on Twitter.
Wow.
Like, why? Like, I'm sure you have his number.
Right.
I'm sure you know where he stay because he stay right down the fucking street.
He ain't trying to get on that shit.
That's probably a 5-minute walk.
Trying to get some attention and shit.
Like, dude, like,
trying to sell them shoes and shit.
Like, dude, like, you better get off. And then trying to create a fake beef with Travis Scott because he allowed Drake to say what he said. Like, you really think Travis knew he was talking about you? Drake couldn't have been talking about anybody he been beefing with. Shit.
Oh,
man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
crazy. Anywho,
he's just a big disappointment this year, man. Like, he's probably, you know how Charlamagne like to pick the donkey of the day. Kanye probably the donkey of the year, honestly.
Pretty much. Hopefully,
that motherfucker been showing his ass.
A lot of lost respect.
Very much.
Yeah, hopefully he gets shit together next year, like I said. On that note, we're gonna end the show. We will be back in 2019. Just to give y'all a little bit of an update. Me and Kuda Buggin, we got a ticket to see ASAP Rocky. So we'll be in that joint. All right. It's on the 8th or 9th of
January 9th. That's a Wednesday.
Yeah.
UIC Pavilion.
Yep.
Hope to see you there.
Yeah. Most definitely. The ticket's cheap as hell, so it should be.
Because it's a small ass venue. Sure.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if
Not
you've been to
to
UIC before,
No, of course not.
Yeah.
you know, some little ass seats.
I'm not gonna be there, but y'all know about the little Free Wayne concert going on.
Yeah,
in the 2 days. I'm sure it's probably gonna be decent. I don't know if he's gonna perform the Carter 5, if he's gonna perform certain songs of his, hits or timeless classics that he's got. I really don't know what to expect, but if you are going, please enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I definitely ain't going to that. It's that come first, serve. That I don't like that type of shit.
Let's see if I got anything
I
else
see,
to say.
like if it was like fucking 08, 09, hell yeah. But nah, nigga. You are one of the ghosts, but nah, nigga, you ain't that important for me to like run and go see you and shit.
Mm-hmm.
When is it?
It's supposed
2 days.
to be. Oh yeah, 2 days. Yeah. But I hope y'all have a great rest of the year. We're gonna. Enjoy
I got
the
one more
rest
thing
of
to say before we cut this shit off real quick. I just want to let any industry artists know, they probably not gonna hear this shit. I don't know, but I just want to let any industry artists know, stop making double albums to boost your streams. I'm talking to you, Drake. I'm talking to you, Migos. I'm talking to you, Wiz. Even though your album probably one of the most slept on of the year, even if it's a double album, stop making double albums for streaming purposes. If you gonna make a double album, put some artistic effort behind it. Don't just put songs on there just because you want to get your streams up. We get it. That's how y'all make y'all money from records. I got it, but stop it. You know what I'm saying? Please stop it.
If you gotta do it,
make it short.
All lies on me first.
Oh yeah.
Or life after death.
Life
A
after
motherfucker
death.
who did the shit right.
Right. Listen to them first if you gotta do it.